My name is Ethan Gilbertson, and today I'll be discussing and sharing with you my final case analysis for Capstone 2 in this Aetna case. I will first be going over my general overview of the case, moving on to my position statement, and then finally my 3 analysis points, along with the 3 recommendations to follow up after those points. Starting off with the overview of the case, Raymond Marcos, the Chief Diversity Officer at Aetna, is preparing to make a presentation to the company's board of directors at its mid-December meeting. The board is looking to cut expenses in any way possible during the hard economic times in 2008. With some of the board members relatively new to the company entirely, they may not have a deep understanding of their roots and their diversity efforts or other objectives. Raymond only has 35 minutes to present his case in order to maintain the current funding for the diversity program. With a position statement now, Aetna has a very strong, diversified healthcare program. They have developed a clear company image along with their own set of core values, known as the Aetna Way. The company understands their identity along with being able to grow and expand in a way that is working for them. They also understand that if they are able to build valuable relationships with all constituents, they will be able to achieve success and be able to take their company to the next level. Now, despite the success from leading diversity with women and people of color, Aetna must just continue to generate new ideas and possibilities that are able to continue this trend of growth and a great reputation for the future to stay at the top of the healthcare industry. I will now be discussing my first analysis with Aetna's company target market. Aetna should focus on expanding their target market. They are limited currently to women and people of color, and I believe that there are more opportunities for them, especially during these hard times where these extra opportunities are that much more vital. The company has experienced exponential growth in recent years with their successful company model. They are taking this approach by treating their customers as more than that. They want them to become accustomed to every line of work that they are doing with them and be able to have the level of trust with their customers that no others can really have. Their strong target market of minorities and women-owned businesses is a great starting point for this company and has proven to be successful. It is essential now, more than ever, for them to establish a wider target market during this 2008 economic collapse. Moving on now to the recommendations for Aetna. They first need to think more about their future as a company and what they want to be seen as down the road. In the case, there really was not a lot that talked about their future more at Aetna as to future ideas or future insights that they would like to create. So this is a great recommendation for them as a company. The second recommendation on here is to establish an identity for the future and be able to build off of it. So yes, they work with minorities and women-owned businesses, but going forward, down the future, what do they want to be seen as? They have to focus on something and really pursue it hard during these tough times. And lastly, I believe if they enhance their diverse, high-performance culture, if they create new positions for people, if they make it wider, like in terms of employee numbers involved in these groups, I believe that Aetna can truly take the next step during tough times that they're experiencing. The second analysis that I'd like to highlight in this case was the impact of employee research groups. Employee research groups is another highlight of this company because of the need for an organization that reflects and understands the customer base that it serves. This also serves as growth opportunities in both non-traditional and other targeted growth markets, such as their gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender market. Recruiting for the future is so essential for companies if they have a desire to be around for a long period of time and to be on top of their industry and ahead of the competition. Now, there are a few examples mentioned of the ERGs that Aetna currently has active. The first being their African American ERG. The second one that was mentioned was the case of the Hispanic and Asian ERGs to provide translation support. This is being so vital to their customers, being able to help them if there's a language barrier at all, to help them further understand what they're dealing with. And this is really a huge, huge plus for customers. Another important group that was mentioned as an ERG was the telework, caregivers, and Aetna abilities group. And the final group here that was mentioned is the Gen Y group. Now, this group is very important for the newer, younger generation coming in to have a fresh perspective on things, as things do change over time and new trends emerge. Now, ERGs are a recipe for success at Aetna and is a subject of something that should be included into the company's future. Now on to my recommendation for Aetna. Having your voice heard gives Aetna the opportunity to further improve and evolve these groups to have continued growth and generate new ideas that will be able to give Aetna the chance to prosper in difficult times the world is experiencing. While they are making diversity one of their pillars, an increase in these numbers would help them improve on this to give them more opportunities, the employees more opportunities to take another role in this company, representing a group that they are proud to be a part of, that they have a very, very deep tie to, and can represent them to a very higher scale. Going forward, the ARGs would benefit even more if there was more positions available for employees to have the opportunity to hold a larger part in their individual ERG. They have expanded opportunities with their ERGs. If they expand more on this, they'll put people in the organization together with the opportunity to reflect and further understand the customer base that it serves, being able to relate on a more personable level, and be able to be more attractive off the start to these new clients and customers that they do serve. The third and final analysis that I'd like to cover is the importance of ICE. ICE stands for Integration, Communication, and Education. Integration includes all diversity dimensions. The companies work together across the enterprise, which also supports their business goals. The outcome of this strategy is to serve customers in current markets, along with identifying options in new markets. The communication and education aspects of ICE makes this that much more vital and really can intensify the importance of this program. This also shows how their future success depends on a deep knowledge of each employee segment and constant communication with their employees, customers, and other important constituents. This strategy is a great way for them to be able to develop cultural awareness along with sustaining its success. Cultural awareness in today's world is something that we all need to have, especially in this case, working with individuals of different backgrounds and different cultural experiences really puts a main emphasis on their education with being able to learn, have a personal connection with people of different cultures. And lastly here, my recommendation for the company. I believe that for them, being able to relate to your clients makes it that much easier for them to want to stay with your company for a long time and become a loyal customer. Also, being able to further expand on your clients via language and cultural aspects that are new to them is a way that they could be able to create more focus groups along with having more employees involved in diversification groups. The attraction to them is their employees having the ability to relate to their customers on a personal level, where the customer develops a level of trust that they have with Aetna. They should continue with these behaviors going forward while deepening their knowledge of both language and different cultures around the world. As this is the final slide, I would like to say thank you for listening to my presentation and hope there are some key takeaways that you learned from this. And once again, thanks for listening.